In the vast and intricate tapestry of human history, few objects encapsulate the spirit of a place quite like its currency. Here, in the bustling metropolis of Hong Kong, a unique story unfolds, not in stone or parchment, but in gleaming metal. I'm Amira Rafiq, and for as long as I can remember, I have been captivated by these small metallic discs. They are more than just money. They are miniature monuments, each one a testament to a moment in time, a cultural crossroads where East and West have met, merged, and sometimes parted ways. Today, we embark on a remarkable journey, an A to Z exploration of Hong Kong's commemorative coins, a world where artistry, history, and identity are forged together. This is a story of transition, of a city that has navigated profound political and cultural shifts with a resilience that is almost unparalleled. The coins themselves are the narrators of this epic, from the regal profile of a British monarch to the delicate petals of the Bauhinia flower. Each design is a chapter in Hong Kong's autobiography. They speak of ancient traditions, colonial legacies, and the birth of a new identity. As we trace their evolution, we are not merely looking at collectibles, we are witnessing the very soul of Hong Kong being minted, one precious issue at a time. It is a world of quiet detail and profound symbolism, often overlooked in the clamour of modern life. Our expedition will take us from the very first gold coin, struck in 1975, to the zenith of its numismatic artistry during the historic handover of 1997 and beyond. We will uncover the secrets behind their creation, the materials from which they are made, and the stories they were designed to tell. We will explore how these small tokens became objects of desire for collectors across the globe, each one a fragment of a larger, more complex ecosystem of culture and commerce. So join me as we delve into this extraordinary chronicle, letter by letter, and discover the magnificent world of Hong Kong's commemorative coinage. Our story begins in the year 1975. The world was a different place, and here, in the heart of British Hong Kong, a new tradition was about to be born. Until this point, the currency was purely functional, a tool for trade in this thriving economic habitat. But a new idea was taking root, to create a coin not just for commerce, but for commemoration. It was a bold step, a decision to capture a moment in time using the most enduring of materials, gold. This was the arrival of the very first Hong Kong commemorative coin, a magnificent $1,000 gold piece, marking a new era in the territory's numismatic history. This inaugural creature was a remarkable specimen. It was large, heavy, and struck in pure gold, a statement of both wealth and significance. Its purpose was to celebrate the royal visit of Queen Elizabeth II, an event of great importance in the colony. The coin's design was a clear signal of its heritage, bearing the Queen's portrait, a symbol of a distant yet powerful authority. For the people of Hong Kong, and for the burgeoning world of coin collectors, this was a landmark event. It was the genesis, the single ancestor from which an entire diverse lineage of commemorative issues would eventually spring, each adapting to the changing environment of this unique city. For much of its commemorative history, the ecosystem of Hong Kong coinage was dominated by a powerful external force, the British Crown. Before the pivotal year of 1997, almost every coin bore the unmistakable mark of its colonial rulers. The effigy of Queen Elizabeth II was a constant presence, a serene and unchanging gaze that watched over the territory's economic fortunes. This was not merely a design choice, it was a profound statement of sovereignty, a reminder of where ultimate authority lay. Yet this was not a simple imposition of a foreign culture. A fascinating process of adaptation was taking place. Within this framework of British authority, local elements began to emerge, creating a unique and beautiful hybrid. The reverse of these coins became a canvas for showcasing the spirit of Hong Kong itself. We see the elegant curves of a traditional Chinese junk sailing beside the Queen's portrait, or the powerful form of a dragon, a creature of immense cultural significance, coiling on the same metallic plane as the British monarch. This delicate blend of East and West, of imperial symbol and local motif, is the defining characteristic of this era. It was a numismatic dialogue, a quiet conversation between two vastly different worlds, captured forever in silver and gold. As these remarkable coins began to appear, a new kind of ecosystem started to form around them. The art of coin collecting, or numismatics, was experiencing a surge in popularity across Asia. It was a quiet passion, a pursuit driven by a desire for history, beauty, and investment. Hong Kong, with its unique position as a global financial hub and a gateway to China, found itself at the very epicenter of this burgeoning movement. The city became a crucial bridge, connecting the established collector markets of the West with the new, enthusiastic collectors of the East. This developing market was a complex environment driven by supply and demand. The limited mintages of these new commemorative coins created an immediate sense of rarity, a key factor in their appeal. Dealers and auction houses began to thrive, creating a network through which these precious objects could be traded and admired. Hong Kong's role was vital. It provided the infrastructure, the expertise, and the international connections necessary for this niche market to flourish. The city wasn't just producing coins, it was cultivating a culture of appreciation, ensuring that these metallic treasures would be valued and preserved for generations to come. Every species adapts to its environment, and the design of Hong Kong's coins is no different. A distinct philosophy emerged, a set of guiding principles that dictated what stories these coins would tell. At its core, the philosophy was about chronicling the life of the city. The primary theme was the marking of historical milestones, royal visits, anniversaries of the colony's founding, and, most significantly, the political shifts that would redefine its very existence. All were deemed worthy of commemoration. These coins became a metallic timeline, a durable record of change. But history was not the only narrative. A deep reverence for cultural traditions provided a rich source of inspiration. The ancient Chinese Zodiac, with its 12-year cycle of animals, became a recurring and beloved motif. Local landmarks, from the iconic skyline to the bustling harbour, were rendered in miniature, celebrating the city's dynamic character. And as the territory moved towards a new future, the design philosophy itself evolved. It began to grapple with the complex question of Hong Kong's identity, using symbols to explore what it meant to be of this place, a unique fusion of heritage and modernity poised between two great cultures. Following the successful birth of the first commemorative coin, a truly iconic series emerged from the numismatic landscape. Beginning in 1976, just 1 year after the inaugural issue, the Royal Mint, on behalf of the Hong Kong government, launched the Lunar Gold Coin Series. This was a stroke of genius, a perfect fusion of a Western tradition, the gold bullion coin, with a cornerstone of Chinese culture, the Lunar Zodiac. Each year, a new $1,000 gold coin was released, featuring the animal that governed that year in the Chinese calendar. The series began with the mighty dragon. For 12 consecutive years, from the Dragon of 76 to the Rabbit of 87, this series captivated collectors. The designs were masterful, capturing the essence of each animal with grace and power. The ox, the tiger, the snake, all were brought to life in shimmering gold. This series was immensely significant. It demonstrated a deep understanding and respect for local culture, moving beyond simple colonial representation. It also solidified Hong Kong's reputation in the international market, creating a highly desirable and complete set that collectors eagerly sought. It was a dynasty in its own right, a 12-year reign of numismatic excellence. While gold was the undisputed king of the early commemorative kingdom, it was a creature of a rarefied realm, accessible only to a select few. To broaden the appeal and allow more people to partake in this new tradition, a different strategy was needed. Thus, the first silver issues were introduced. These coins were designed to be more affordable, democratic collectibles. They were typically of a lower face value, often $100 or $50, but they lacked none of the artistry or prestige of their golden counterparts. It was a clever adaptation, expanding the collector base significantly. Crucially, these new silver coins were often struck to a proof standard. This is a special minting process, where the coin is struck multiple times with highly polished dies. The result is a specimen of extraordinary quality, with a frosted, matte-like design that seems to float above a mirror-like background. This attention to quality elevated the silver issues beyond mere tokens. They were objects of beauty, miniature sculptures designed for admiration. The introduction of proof silver coins marked a maturation of the program, demonstrating a commitment to excellence across all levels of the commemorative hierarchy. The creation of a nation's coinage is never a random act of nature. It is a carefully managed process, orchestrated by powerful entities. In Hong Kong, the ecosystem was governed by a unique partnership. The Hong Kong government, through its monetary affairs branch, was the ultimate authority. It was their decision to commission coins, to choose the themes, and to set the mintages. They were the architects of the entire program, determining the story that the territory's money would tell. But they did not possess the machinery to actually create the coins themselves. For that, they turned to an ancient and venerable institution, the Royal Mint in Britain. For most of the pre-1997 era, this historic mint was the forge where Hong Kong's commemorative dreams were made real. This arrangement ensured a standard of quality that was recognized and respected worldwide. After 1997, with the transfer of sovereignty, the newly formed Hong Kong Monetary Authority, or HKMA, took the helm. While the relationship with the Royal Mint sometimes continued, the HKMA now had the autonomy to partner with other mints or even develop its own capabilities, marking a fundamental shift in the governance of this numismatic world. All the threads of our story, history, design, identity, and politics, converge on a single momentous year, 1997. The transfer of Hong Kong's sovereignty from Great Britain to the People's Republic of China was an event of global significance, and it demanded commemoration on an unprecedented scale. The coins struck for this occasion are, without question, the most important in Hong Kong's history. They represent the closing of one chapter and the dramatic opening of another. A special series of coins was issued to mark this profound transition. The designs were laden with powerful symbolism. For the last time, the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II appeared, but now she was paired with designs that looked resolutely to the future. We see the skyline of Hong Kong, a symbol of its enduring vitality. We see the delicate Bauhinia flower, chosen as the new emblem of the special administrative region. The coins acted as a bridge across time, one side looking back at 150 years of colonial history, the other looking forward to a new destiny under one country, two systems. These were not just coins, they were historical documents forged in metal at the very pivot point of history. The unique story and exceptional quality of Hong Kong's coins did not go unnoticed. From the very beginning, they began to attract attention far beyond the shores of the South China Sea. The blend of British minting precision with captivating Chinese themes created a product with truly global appeal. Collectors in Europe, North America, and across the Commonwealth were drawn to these issues, recognizing them as something special. The annual Lunar Series in particular became an international phenomenon, eagerly anticipated by a worldwide community of numismatists. This global renown was solidified by numerous awards and accolades from the international minting community. The designs were often praised for their artistic merit, and the technical quality of the proof and brilliant uncirculated finishes set a high standard. Hong Kong's coins were frequently featured in prestigious numismatic publications and catalogues, cementing their status as world-class collectibles. This international recognition was crucial. It transformed them from regional tokens into globally traded assets, ensuring their legacy and value on the world stage. They had successfully colonized the display cases of collectors everywhere. The remarkable quality of these coins can be traced back to a single, crucial partnership. For the majority of the commemorative program's life before the handover, the physical act of creation took place thousands of miles away in Llantrisant, Wales. This is the home of the Royal Mint, an institution with over 1,000 years of history and an unparalleled reputation for excellence. The Hong Kong government's decision to contract the Royal Mint was a guarantee of quality. It ensured that every coin would meet the highest international standards of craftsmanship. This joint venture was a perfect marriage of administrative oversight and technical mastery. Hong Kong provided the vision, the themes, and the cultural context. The Royal Mint provided the expertise, the state-of-the-art technology, and the generations of skill required to strike flawless coins. From the engraving of the dies to the final polishing of the proof specimens, every step was handled with meticulous care. This collaboration is the reason why early Hong Kong commemoratives are so highly regarded for their physical perfection. The evolutionary path of Hong Kong's commemorative coinage is marked by a series of key milestones, transformative events that shaped its development. The first, as we have seen, was in 1975, the birth of the very first coin, the magnificent Royal Visit gold piece. This was the spark of creation. This was immediately followed by the second great leap forward, the launch of the 12-year Lunar Gold Series in 1976. A move that cemented the program's cultural identity and international appeal, running all the way through to its completion in 1987. Further down the timeline, we see other significant markers. The year 1993 saw a special issue celebrating the 150th anniversary of the territory's founding, a moment of historical reflection. But all of these were precursors to the main event, the monumental 1997 Handover Series, the absolute pinnacle of the program's historical significance. And the story did not end there. Post-1997, the issuance of new series under the authority of the HKMA marked another milestone, the continuation of the tradition in a new political era. Each of these points represents a major adaptation, a response to the changing environment. An interesting and often misunderstood aspect of these beautiful objects is their legal status. Every commemorative coin issued by the Hong Kong government, from the first gold piece to the latest silver issue, is technically legal tender. This means that, in theory, you could use a $1,000 gold coin to purchase goods worth that amount. They carry the full authority of the government and are officially recognized as currency. This status distinguishes them from privately minted medals or tokens, lending them an extra layer of legitimacy and security. However, the world of commemorative coins operates on a different plane from that of everyday commerce. Their true value is rarely tied to their face value. This is what is known as their numismatic value, which is determined by factors like rarity, historical importance, and the intrinsic worth of the precious metal they contain. So while they are legal tender, it is almost unheard of for them to be used in circulation. To do so would be like releasing a rare exotic bird into a flock of city pigeons. They exist in a protected habitat, the collector's album, the investor's safe, and the museum's display case. The physical substance of these coins is as varied and as carefully chosen as their designs. The palette of materials used reflects a hierarchy of value and purpose. At the very top of this hierarchy is gold. Used for the most prestigious issues, gold signifies ultimate value, rarity, and importance. Its natural luster and resistance to corrosion make it the perfect medium for preserving a moment for eternity. It is the metal of kings, and in Hong Kong's numismatic world, it was reserved for the most significant commemorations like the Lunar Series and key anniversaries. Below gold in the metallic strata, we find silver. Malleable and brilliant, silver allowed for the creation of larger, more detailed designs and the stunning mirror-like finish of proof coins. It made collecting accessible to a wider audience. Further down we find the workhorse metals copper-nickel. This durable and affordable alloy was used for coins intended for broader, non-proof circulation, allowing the commemorative message to reach even more people. And in later years, a new innovation appeared, bimetallic coins, a sophisticated combination of two different metals, like a brass-colored inner core and a silver-colored outer ring, adding yet another layer of complexity and visual appeal. The value of a commemorative coin is a complex and fascinating equation with many variables. The face value inscribed upon it is merely the starting point, a nominal figure that rarely reflects its true worth in the collector's world. The first and most powerful factor is rarity. The number of coins minted for any given issue, the mintage, is critical. A coin with a mintage of only a few thousand will almost always be more sought after than one with a mintage in the hundreds of thousands. Low survival rates, where many coins have been lost or melted down over time, can make an issue even rarer. Beyond rarity, the intrinsic value of the metal itself plays a significant role, especially for gold and silver issues. The spot price of these precious metals provides a baseline value below which the coin is unlikely to fall. But the magic ingredient, the one that can elevate a coin's value to extraordinary heights, is its historical significance and story. A coin connected to a major event like the 1997 handover, or one that is part of a beloved series like the Lunar Zodiacs, carries a narrative premium. Condition is also paramount. A perfectly preserved proof coin is vastly more valuable than a scratched or damaged one. The transfer of sovereignty in 1997 was not an extinction event for Hong Kong's commemorative coinage. Instead, it was a catalyst for adaptation and continuation. Under the new authority of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the tradition of issuing commemorative coins continued, but with a new voice and a new perspective. The familiar and beloved themes did not disappear, they were simply reimagined for a new era. The most prominent example of this is the continuation of the Lunar Coin Series. A second and then a third cycle of Zodiac coins were launched, now bearing the Bauhinia flower emblem instead of the Queen's portrait. These new series proved to be just as popular as their predecessors, connecting a new generation of collectors to an age-old tradition. Alongside the lunar coins, new themes emerged that celebrated Hong Kong's unique local heritage. Series dedicated to landmarks, cultural events, and the anniversaries of the establishment of the Special Administrative Region all became part of the modern numismatic landscape. The story continued, with new chapters being written in metal each year. The art of commemoration extends beyond the coin itself. The way these objects are presented is a crucial part of their appeal and perceived value. From the very beginning, Hong Kong's commemorative coins were not simply handed out in plastic bags, they were housed in packaging designed to protect and enhance them. The finest issues, particularly the gold and silver proof coins, came in elegant, custom-fitted cases. These were often lined with velvet or satin, turning the simple act of opening the box into a moment of ceremony and revelation. Each premium coin was also accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. This small document is of great importance. It provides vital statistics about the coin, its metallic composition, weight, diameter, and, most crucially, the authorized mintage limit. It is the coin's official birth certificate, a guarantee from the issuing authority of its legitimacy. This thoughtful and meticulous approach to packaging and presentation elevates the coins from mere currency to true luxury collectibles. It signals that these are objects to be treasured, artifacts worthy of careful preservation. A commitment to uncompromising quality has been a defining feature of the Hong Kong commemorative coin program since its inception. This is not just about using precious metals, it's about the standard of craftsmanship applied to them. The pinnacle of this quality is the proof finish. This is not a simple polish, but an elaborate and painstaking minting technique. The dies used to strike the coins are specially prepared and polished to a mirror-like smoothness, while the design elements are often sandblasted to create a frosted texture. The coin blanks themselves are burnished and polished before striking, and each coin is struck multiple times at low speed and with high pressure. This ensures that the metal flows into every microscopic detail of the die, resulting in a design of incredible sharpness and clarity. The contrast between the frosted devices and the deeply reflective fields is the hallmark of a true proof coin. By adhering to these exacting international standards, originally established by its partnership with the Royal Mint, Hong Kong ensured that its commemorative issues could stand alongside the finest coins produced anywhere in the world. This reputation for quality is a key pillar of their enduring appeal. In the ecosystem of collecting, rarity is the alpha predator. It is the single most powerful force driving desire and value. For Hong Kong's commemorative coins, rarity has always been a deliberate part of the strategy. The issuing authorities understood from the beginning that scarcity creates desirability. By setting and publicly declaring strict mintage limits for each issue, they created a predictable and transparent environment for collectors. Knowing that only a finite number of a particular coin would ever exist immediately imbues it with a special status. Some issues are naturally rarer than others. The early high-value gold coins, for example, were produced in very small numbers, making them the holy grails for serious collectors. The 1986 Royal Visit $1,000 gold coin had a mintage of only a few thousand, making it exceptionally scarce. Even within a series, certain years can be rarer than others, due to lower initial sales or higher rates of attrition over time. This hunt for the rare specimen, the elusive piece needed to complete a set, is the great game of numismatics. It is a treasure hunt where the map is the mintage figure and the prize is a small round piece of history. To truly understand these coins, one must learn to read their language, the language of symbolism. Every design element is a carefully chosen word, contributing to a larger sentence about Hong Kong's identity. The symbols used are a rich tapestry woven from both Chinese and British threads. On the one hand, we have the powerful symbols of the British monarchy, the crowned effigy of the Queen, the Tudor rose, and the lion, all representing a long-established colonial order and a connection to a distant empire. These were symbols of power and sovereignty. On the other hand, a vibrant lexicon of Chinese symbolism flourished. The 12 animals of the lunar zodiac are perhaps the most famous, each carrying its own distinct personality and fortune. The dragon represents power and good luck, while the ox signifies diligence. After 1997, a new primary symbol was introduced, the Bauhinia blackeana flower. This 5-petaled orchid, native to Hong Kong, was chosen to represent the harmony of one country, two systems. Landmarks like the skyline and the Tsing Ma Bridge became symbols of modernity and progress. Each coin is a poem, and these symbols are its verses. The years leading up to the 1997 handover were a time of profound uncertainty and anticipation. This unique historical moment, the transition period, was reflected in the coinage of the time. The coins issued between 1995 and mid-1997 exist in a fascinating liminal space. They still bore the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II as British sovereignty remained intact. Yet the designs on the reverse side began to subtly acknowledge the impending change. It was as if the coins themselves were holding their breath, waiting for the future. These issues are particularly poignant for collectors. They represent the final years of an era that had lasted for over 150 years. The 1996 coins, for example, were the last full-year issue to feature the Queen's effigy. Looking at them now, one can sense the end of an epoch. They are artifacts from the twilight of British Hong Kong. For those who lived through that period, these coins are powerful mementos of a time filled with both apprehension and hope. They are the final quiet statements of a long-ruling dynasty before the dawn of a new one. As the commemorative program matured, it began to experiment with new forms. One of the most visually striking innovations was the introduction of bimetallic coins. These are complex specimens, constructed from two separate alloys, typically with a central disc of one metal pressed into an outer ring of another. This technique, which had become popular in circulation currency around the world, was adopted by Hong Kong for some of its special commemorative issues, adding a new dimension to the collector's portfolio. The first prominent use of this technology in Hong Kong was for the $10 circulation coin introduced in 1993, which featured a nickel-brass outer ring and a copper-nickel inner core. This design was so popular that the concept was carried over to commemorative pieces. The visual contrast between the golden-hued brass and the silvery white nickel created a beautiful frame for the central design, making the coins instantly stand out. These bimetallic issues represent a more modern phase of minting technology, a departure from the classical simplicity of solid gold and silver, and a nod to contemporary numismatic trends. While the Lunar Series and major political milestones formed the backbone of the commemorative program, the ecosystem of themes was far more diverse than it might first appear. As the program evolved, it branched out to celebrate many different facets of Hong Kong life. The city's own institutions began to be honored. Coins were struck to mark the anniversaries of universities, hospitals, and charitable organizations, recognizing their contributions to the fabric of society. This showed a growing sense of internal pride and self-recognition. The themes also looked outward, marking Hong Kong's participation in international events. Coins were issued for events like the Expo 92 in Seville, or to celebrate Hong Kong's role as a host for major financial conferences. Cultural icons also found their way onto the metallic canvas. From traditional art forms to local flora and fauna, the range of subjects broadened considerably over time. This thematic expansion demonstrates the maturity of the program, moving beyond grand political statements to create a more nuanced and comprehensive portrait of the city in all its complexity. We return to a crucial theme, the global appeal of these miniature masterpieces. The collectability of Hong Kong's commemorative coins is a worldwide phenomenon. This is not by accident, but the result of a perfect convergence of factors. The first is the sheer beauty and quality of the coins themselves. The partnership with the Royal Mint established a benchmark for excellence that was immediately recognized by discerning collectors everywhere. The proof, finishes, sharp strikes, and artistic designs spoke a universal language of quality. The second factor is the compelling narrative. The story of Hong Kong, a place of cultural fusion, dramatic political change, and economic dynamism, is a story that fascinates people globally. Owning a coin from the 1997 handover series is like owning a small piece of that historic moment. Finally, the deliberate strategy of limited mintages created a sense of scarcity and investment potential that appealed to the international market. This combination of aesthetic beauty, historical weight, and calculated rarity has ensured that Hong Kong coins are a coveted prize in collections from London to New York and from Beijing to Sydney. At the very heart of Hong Kong's unique charm is its identity as a place where East meets West. This xenophilic appeal, a love for that which is foreign or different, is perfectly encapsulated in its coinage. For collectors in the West, the coins offered an accessible and beautifully crafted window into Chinese culture. The zodiac animals, the mythological dragons, and the elegant calligraphy were exotic and alluring. They were tangible connections to a rich and ancient civilization, yet produced with the familiar quality and conventions of Western minting. For collectors in the East, the appeal was often reversed. The coins represented a connection to the wider world, a piece of the British Commonwealth, and an association with the prestige of the Royal Mint. The portrait of the Queen was a symbol of international standing. This dual appeal is the secret to their success. They are a cultural hybrid, a numismatic platypus that is neither purely Eastern nor purely Western, but a unique and fascinating fusion of the two. This blend makes them universally intriguing, allowing them to thrive in the diverse habitats of collectors worldwide. In the modern era, following the handover, the commemorative coin program has settled into a steady and predictable rhythm. The frenetic pace of the transition period has given way to a more measured annual cycle of releases. This regularity provides a comforting sense of stability for collectors, who can now anticipate new issues each year. The cornerstone of this annual cycle remains the Lunar New Year series. Each year, as the city prepares to celebrate the new Zodiac animal, the HKMA releases new coins to mark the occasion, continuing a tradition that now spans decades. Alongside the Zodiac issues, other releases are tied to a more local calendar of events. Anniversaries of the establishment of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, and so on, are regularly marked with special coin issues. These serve as periodic State of the Union addresses, reflecting on the progress and identity of the city under its new framework. This steady, yearly pulse of new coins ensures that the tradition remains alive and relevant, allowing the metallic story of Hong Kong to continue to be written one year at a time. Every great story has its climax, a moment of supreme drama and significance. For the commemorative coinage of Hong Kong, that moment, its undisputed zenith, was the 1997 handover series. These coins represent the culmination of all the trends and tensions that had been building for decades. They are the ultimate expression of the East meets West theme, the final word on the colonial era and the first word of the new. The sheer historical gravity of the event they commemorate elevates them above all others. The artistry, the symbolism, and the emotional weight packed into these small metal discs are immense. They are the high water mark against which all other Hong Kong coins before or since are measured. But this zenith was not an end. It was the peak of a great mountain, from which a new path descended into a different valley. The legacy of the program continues to this day. The commitment to quality, the celebration of local culture, and the continuation of the beloved Lunar Series all carry the DNA of those earlier issues. The great story, having reached its climax, found a way to begin anew. Our A to Z journey is now complete. We have traveled through decades of history, witnessing the evolution of a city through the lens of its most enduring artifacts. From the arrival of the first golden emissary to the zenith of the handover, we have seen how these coins have served as more than just currency. They are the keepers of memory, the silent witnesses to the tides of change. They tell a story of a unique habitat, a place defined by its ability to adapt, to absorb, and to create something entirely new from the fusion of different worlds. Each coin is a chapter, and together they form an epic of resilience. The story of Hong Kong is, of course, far from over. It continues to unfold in new and often unpredictable ways, and as it does, its commemorative coins will continue to chronicle that journey. They will mark new milestones, celebrate evolving traditions, and grapple with the ongoing question of identity in a complex world. The legacy of this remarkable program is not just the beautiful objects it has produced, but the very tradition of self-reflection it has fostered. It is a commitment to capturing its own story, to forging its own narrative in the timeless and incorruptible medium of precious metal. As a collector, my fascination with these pieces has never waned. With every coin I hold, I feel a tangible connection to the past, a direct link to the people and events that shaped this incredible city. They remind us that history is not just something we read about in books, it is something we can hold in the palm of our hand. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. I hope it has given you a new appreciation for these miniature monuments and the magnificent story they tell. The world of numismatics is vast and full of wonder, and the coins of Hong Kong are one of its brightest constellations.